Welcome back, y'all.
Y'all.
We're into the final 30 minutes of the Curvaceous Bounty of Sin City. I have so loved having Solomon here. Solomon, you noticed that?
Yes.
Y'all didn't get at the break. He was leaning on my chubby arm and doing the kitty.
Sorry, I had a moment.
No, it turned me on. My nipples got hard.
Oh, darn.
So we have been waiting for a sex story from Alexia about her week.
So, for those of you who don't know, my fiance passed away the end of September. And I have been sexless since. And a couple of weeks ago, I think I asked when is the appropriate time to start masturbating.
And we, in unison, said yesterday.
Yeah.
Right.
Now.
So this week I was watching, I can't remember, I think it was a YouTube video or something like that, and it was a model, and he was doing some modeling, and it was quite sexy. It was an ad for something, I think it was, and it was very
it Kmart
cute.
Jingle Balls?
Those I love, by the way.
That is so cute.
That may have started me on it, because you know YouTube is that black hole where you go to watch one video,
you might like
video
this video
on the side, and you go, oh, let me check that one out, and check that one out, and then finally you're there. It's like midnight, and
it's like Pinterest,
right? So I went to a couple of the porn sites that we usually frequent, because I said, well, since I'm doing videos, let me go check to see if our friend is still over on X Hamster, I think it was. So I went over there to check just to do a little search to see if things were going on, and I found some other videos, and so I literally said to myself, okay, I have to stop this.
Why?
Because she was starting to feel tingly in her no-no zone.
Right, and I didn't know if I was ready for that yet. So
if you are tingly, you are ready.
You are ready. If you're tingling, if
right
the pictures are turning you on, because I'm telling you, if you weren't ready, the pictures wouldn't even turn you on.
Okay. So So when I finally get to bed, okay, the tingly part still hasn't stopped tingling. So I got to figure out something to do with this.
It's called masturbate.
Well, hold on. So I decided to just play with my boobs because they're right there.
Because they're right there.
They're nice and soft. They're warm. I usually use them to, underneath.
But all that does was make your no-no zone hotter, didn't it?
It did.
Yep.
Now, here's the thing. Here's the issue that I have is that I'm not someone who can rub one out. I am one of those masturbators. I do. I need the whole visual story thing. I cannot.
I do too.
I
can get myself off in 5 minutes. Hours to build up to that.
Well, no, I can do
hell no.
No. I can do a story in 5 minutes if I need to do that, but there has to be something visually in my mind's eye that stimulates me. And
Spartacus.
Well, so I did that. I started thinking about the guys from the video that I was watching, and I'm like, no. So I said, okay, I went to Thor, because Thor is fucking gorgeous. No, didn't do nothing for me. So I started thinking about all these guys that I could do it with, and the tingling no-no went away. Tingling in my no-no went away.
Get the fucking vibrator out and stick it down there. Hold on. And it'll happen.
So I sat and I thought about this. I analyzed it. I did the whole thing, right?
Fucking nerd.
Leave her alone.
So I realized I can't, not even in my head, cheat on Mike with another dude yet.
Oh my.
Right? So I can't have the picture of another dude's face.
Wait, before we move any further, when you were with Mike and you masturbated, did you think about other guys when you were masturbating? No, you thought about Mike.
Right.
Okay.
So, and I don't want to think about Mike because he's dead. So, where the hell am I supposed to be, right? Okay. So, the next night, I said, okay, I have to do this because number one, I need a story for the show.
We have discussed this. You cannot simply have sex to have a story for the show.
No.
Oh, I do it all the time.
Shut up.
No, but it is something that I know that it's part of the getting over process, right?
Part of the healing. Not getting over. It is the healing.
Well, getting over the death of
You never get over the death.
Yeah, healing.
So the healing process. Right. So
sexual healing.
So let me tell you about the scenario that I had to build in my head. And you're in it, sweet cheeks.
Oh boy.
Congratulations.
I feel honored.
So usually when I go to bed, I usually have a little movie on or something like that because I don't like the silence right now. So I put on a movie, but I put it on really low so I just hear murmurings and stuff. So it's the murmurings that help spur this. Okay, so if I go, let's say I do one of these scenes in my head where I'm at like one of those clubs or something where there's glory holes or just places where you're there and anybody can just come up and touch you, and so
Brewster
or something like that. So the scenario in my head is that I have gone to one of these clubs. You are the one that brought me there. You're the one in charge. You're the one making sure that nobody does anything they're not supposed to.
I'm bossy.
You're like the madam kind of.
Oh yeah, I've always wanted to be a
madam. That's exactly what she would be doing.
So that's your job.
I'm a bossy bitch, yeah.
And
put it in that hole, motherfucker.
And I'm wearing a mask where I can't see anybody, so there are just hands
stranger
touching
sex.
me. It is stranger sex.
So hot.
Right.
My nipples are hard.
So this is the scenario that I've been using for the last couple times that I've done this. So it's working out. It's not too bad. I haven't broken out the toys yet.
Have you actually touched your no-no?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you complete?
Yes.
Okay.
Yay! But I could have done it without you. Making sure they don't put it in holes they don't belong.
That's right. I'm so glad I can help you with that. So glad. You know what? I just want to give a shout out to Superman, who's in chat and just sent me a text that he loves our show. This is his first time listening to it. So
hooray!
Who else? Let's give a shout out before we move on.
Well, we have Meow Meow My.
Meow Meow My.
Ram Tax Prep, Superman, Tyzone.
Ram Tax Prep, come on over for Christmas breakfast, girlfriend.
Vixen Blue was in. We had Vendetta in. Tyzone was in.
Tallin LV and Miss Susie Cream Cheese was in for a while.
Yeah, she was. We had quite a few people in there for a little while.
I love it. So anyway, back to your catch up.
That's basically it.
So you rubbed one out a couple times.
I did it twice.
Finally.
Yeah.
Because that's like a.
Now bring on the super bondage.
No, that's like a. I think that's a step. Like that's like a hurdle.
It is a little bit of a step because I just would not do it for a really long time.
Well, and it's saying that you're starting to like get back to a little bit of normalcy because you're allowing yourself to feel those things you weren't allowing.
Yeah, but
yourself.
I mean, the's still moments throughout the day where I go, oh my god, and I just start crying.
But that's okay. It's okay 10 years from now if you think about Mike and cry. That's okay. What the important thing is, I think, is that you're not stopping your life.
Well, no, I would have done that anyway.
Well, but I'm saying some people do, you know, some people get in a hole and they can't get themselves out of that. So what I think, but just because you don't cry doesn't mean you don't love Mike. And I think that, and we joke about the fact that you masturbated, but you know what? It's getting back to a place of normalcy in your life.
Your new normal.
And that's not a bad place to get to. That's a healthy place to get to.
Yeah.
And why do I always fucking make you cry every week? And I'm really sorry, my friend.
I make her cry every time I go over to her house, and I never apologize for it. I'm just saying, because you can't be the person who's always worried that you're going to make her cry. Ooh, what if I say that this is going to upset her or whatever? Because she does need to find her new normal.
I agree.
And bringing her water back down to its new level is never going to happen if everyone is constantly tiptoeing around.
Well, obviously everything. I don't tiptoe. That's why she cries all the time around me.
I just show up and bulldoze my way through it, and if I make her cry, I make her cry, but she knows I love her anyway.
I do. I know that nobody ever does it on purpose. I don't like the people that tiptoe around.
Right.
Because I know that they're doing because maybe she's too sensitive or something. I'm like, oh, come on.
And everybody, like Jose was like, how's Alexia doing? And I said, good days and bad days. That's how it's supposed to be, So we love you. And, Yay, you rubbed one out.
I
Watch
did.
Spartacus.
Yay.
You can't help yourself. But
I
to
don't
touch
know.
yourself.
I there's some shows that I just can't stand. Like I told you, I stopped watching the Tomorrow People. I stopped watching a couple of the shows. I started some British show and I couldn't even get through it. And I love my British shows. And
Which one was
You
this?
know, when I got divorced
The
the
Wrong
second
Mans.
time, like it really destroyed me. But like it was years. I'm talking probably 3 or 4 years before I could listen to a ballad on the radio.
wow.
Like if it came on, I didn't want nothing to do with it.
I will let you people know that a breakup almost lost me Michael Bublé. I introduced Michael Bublé to a certain cocksucker that we know, and we fell in love together through Michael Bublé
Yeah.
because we both loved this kind of music. He'd
Oh,
never
I
heard
see
of
what you mean.
him. I introduced him to it. His love for the music grew while our love grew together, and there were some songs that were kind of like, it was like our song, of
Right.
his. And it destroyed me when we broke up because now I have this like 200 songs in my playlist I can't listen to because every single one of them reminded me of him. The one that was the worst, though, was when the fucking bitch that he cheated on me with that he ended up getting together with afterwards, she quoted Michael Bublé songs to him on a social media page and was like, it's our song. And I'm like, no, bitch, that was my song first. You wouldn't even know about it if you weren't fucking him while he was fucking me and I had introduced him to it. So I'm telling you, I lost Michael Bublé because of a breakup. Like, and I'm so glad I didn't, though.
Same thing with like romantical movies. I couldn't watch them for a long. I mean, like.
I actually haven't read a romance novel except for the ones that didn't have any sex in them since that breakup too, because I was just like, fuck romance, fuck love, fuck this shit, fuck it all. And I used to be a big time romance novel reader.
That situation.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it was bad. But
Yeah, when I see situations on TV, it usually makes me, especially when the guy, because Mike was always nice.
Right.
So when a guy goes out of his way and does something for one of those TV characters, I just go, "Oh, my Michael."
And I my hats off to you because you do have a very realistic approach as far as you realize that your life does go on.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah, it's not in me to.
No. But so many people do. This could eat them up, kind of
Yeah.
thing. And
Well, I think that a lot of that comes from, and that's one of the reasons why Michael loves me is because I had my own life separate of him before we met. We were able to entwine it, and it's just a matter of, pulling out the dead vines now, I guess. It's horrible. What a horrible.
It's not horrible.
I said dead vines.
That's not horrible.
That's not horrible.
It's a matter of cutting back the dead foliage to allow new growth.
Oh yeah, I know.
It's okay.
But I said dead.
Oh my god.
I'm nerding. It's okay.
So
that's it.
What did you do this week other than come here? Go
Yeah,
back
what
and
kind
come
of
back?
sex do you have?
You have any
That's-
sexcapades?
Well, I mean,
That you can
I
talk
do.
about?
Well, like I said, I am pilot, so therefore I have a girlfriend in California. So, it had been about 3 years since we had hung out face to face.
Oh wow.
It's one of those relationships where you get to know somebody very well, but you don't actually see them face to face from time to time. So yeah, that would have basically been me in between the times I was here in Vegas this weekend. Going out to California and rekindling, making up for lost time a little bit.
So let's talk a little about the poly thing. Can we talk a little about
Okay,
that?
yeah, cool.
Now, is it true poly or is it more like an open relationship?
It is. Well, we're still defining. Actually, it's a situation where, I always knew from jump there's a difference between love and sex. First of all, and that kind of goes back to what I was saying before about with strangers and things of that nature. I kind of sort of believe that. Well, not even kind of sort of. I believe that friends, the best type of friends, are the ones that are true friends with yours and can have the benefits with it as well. So the better that I would know someone, then the better chance that I probably want to fuck them. Just being blunt about the situation. So, it's a situation where I have my lady Foxy at home. It's my primary, what may have you. I have a friend who also has a primary of her own out in California. We communicate and talk all the time. Been knowing the both of them for almost a decade. Reference out in California, and there's just times like this where I happen to be out here and go visit and hang out and have a good time like it's nothing.
Could you all live in the same household?
Could we live in the same household? I couldn't see why not, to be honest with you. It's a situation where everybody, it's not like I don't have a situation where it's somebody on the side and then somebody on like, they know each other. They'll communicate without me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And
they've been communicating without me for off and on for like three years.
Why not?
Why not? Because
jealousy's ugly.
I would rather my Foxy know the people than not know them.
Now, does Foxy have an?
She has the opportunity, but work and what may have you. But I know she's had friendships with people before. I mean, we've had this conversation before. Like, when are you gonna get him down? Those type of things, So yeah, it's the possibilities are very open there. So I don't have a problem with it at all.
I want to be a sister wife.
You just want to be a sister wife, so you're not the only one taking care of kids.
And the house and the laundry.
Maybe I'd rather be. Maybe I'm more like towards a poly relationship.
I think you would be poly.
Because I'm not a real jealous kind of girl.
I think you could be Hans's third wife. I think you and his other two wives would get along really well.
I do. The conversations that I've had with them, I don't know if I want to go to San Diego.
Right.
I haven't been invited.
Maybe you could do the whole Vegas chapter. So you find yourself a couple more wives for him. And when he comes to Vegas, it's like he's got a group of wives in every port.
Like, I don't have a problem, like, if I find my significant other, that I want to be with, for them to fuck around. I mean,
I hear about this, men who have multiple wives. I'm like, I want to be a wife with multiple husbands. What the hell?
I was just going to say, I was just going to finish that. I don't mind him going out and having a good time. But you guys know me. I love to flirt.
Yes, you do.
So if I want to go home with somebody, I want the same thing allowed to me.
Variety is the spices of life for you.
If I allow you to go fuck somebody else, you better allow me to.
Here's the problem with having multiple husbands. I know what kind of strong, very independent kind of dude you like, and they are generally not the kind of guys who want to have second husbands.
I know.
They are generally you can have all the boyfriends you want, but you are mine when it comes to husband.
And I like that, but
exactly. You would have to take on almost kind of like a motherly role and have like two semi-submissive or maybe switchy guys.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no, exactly. See, I can't do a switch at all, Ellie. You got to be don't
get me wrong. I like the sensitive nature of men. There are a lot of Mike had a huge sensitive side.
Even though Mike was tough and rugged and strong, he was
romantical.
There was a difference between being sensitive and submissive.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Cali guy, very sensitive, not submissive. Thank you, Jesus.
But, I just hear about all these guys who have, the multiple wives, or girls who want to be part of these relationships. And I'm like, why?
Why not?
Different people love different ways. We were just talking about blended families, No,
I mean, I understand that they want to do that, but why? I don't know why you wouldn't want it the other way.
Well, I would. That's what I say on both sides. And I don't even think it's a point of like, if I go into a relationship, I have to say, you got to let me fuck other people if I want to. I may never want to.
Right.
But I don't want to be boxed in that corner.
Right.
You can never have another.
I just got the whole vision of Braveheart with the handkerchief on the thing and yelling, freedom!
Most of these relationships and most of these scenarios are not based upon the literal aspects of what's going on, but based upon the principle and the options too, in case they want to. Right. It's more of the principle behind it.
Yeah.
Well, and
don't want to be told no, you can't.
Right.
All of the poly families that I've met, true poly, like we're all married together. Like the wives are married to each other, married to the husbands. Husbands are married to a girlfriend, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
All of the really, really poly families that I've met, they all love each other equally. It's not a matter of who's the first wife or the second wife, or who's married to who, and whatever.
And some of them may not be in the exact same way.
They love each other in this really weird wagon wheel of love. They all connected centrally somehow.
Right.
But no one is more important in that relationship than the other. My favorite is when Hans describes his marriage to his wives. he talks about how more often they are married to each other than they are married to him, and
I can see that.
They're very close.
They're very, very close, and so I don't know. It's just, I can see how that would work for some people, and I would never say, oh, I could never be poly. I have never loved two people the same at the same time.
I just know. Okay, so I'm not real big into the whole multiple partner relationship for marriage, for relationship. If you want to cheat, that's one thing, but the whole relationship thing, I think it would be so difficult because in my experience and of the people that I know, most of the people that I know can't even make their one single relationship work. They're selfish. Mm-hmm. A lot of people I know, very selfish, very not giving. They don't think about other people. Yeah. They don't take the time to make that deep committed relationship that you should have with just a one-on-one, or even with your friend, or even with your mother. You know what I mean? So for the people that I know that have these kind of issues psychologically or whatever, to go out and get multiple partners, it would just be scary to me of what would happen.
Not for everybody.
But no. Back to what Boo said, there's making love and there's just sex. So I think that in my case, like I could have one man that I loved deeply, and the other things would be physical, just physical. It's
rubbing one out with another partner.
Exactly.
Mutual masturbation
and
using your genitalia.
That's what I would feel.
But see, this is you who has a grasp on how you feel about people and how you feel about things, and so this is you.
Right. You're talking about other crazy people don't maybe have
I'm thinking about one person in particular that's very close to you that I know that you don't like on occasion, even though you have to. And would they be able to be in a kind of relationship? No. Can they even be in a relationship now?
But you know what? I don't think they would choose that because
but I'm talking about
they can barely find a single relationship,
and so many people are like that where they just can't.
That's because most people don't understand the concept of relationship.
And that's also why true poly couples, or I guess you can't call them couples, true poly relationships are so few. There's so few of them because there are not many people who can think properly to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's just not. I don't think there's enough people who could grasp what's entailed in that kind of relationship.
I don't think it's for everybody. I not at all think that's for everybody. But I could definitely be in a relationship like that. Without a doubt.
Well, I would so want to come over for dinner.
You would so be invited.
I would say that I could be, but I would have to love both of my partners, or all three of them, or however many, equally. I couldn't just love one and kind of like the other. I would have to love both of them deeply together.
Well, if I was in a relationship like that, where I had a mate and then a boyfriend, then I'd have to probably love them both. If I had a mate and just sex partners, then I wouldn't have to do that.
Yeah, that's a total different relationship. See, to me, when people start worrying about measurements, like what you were just using about loving somebody and liking somebody else, then that kind of defeats the purpose of the relationship. And it's more instinctual. It's like in my situation, I talk to both of them the same. I talk about the same. Don't talk about the exact same things, but that's more based upon where they're from, what their personality with. I may have more intellectual conversations with one, I may have more practical conversations with the other, but as long as it's elements of me going out to them and elements of them coming back to me, then it's all good. Let's just go from there.
Is your girl in California, is she a furry?
Yes.
And what is she?
She's actually more than one. Fox, leopardess, all kinds of stuff.
Oh, so she's versatile.
I would think rubbing up on a guy that has the fur all over his body would be really hot.
Ow.
I'm working on it.
Oh.
Wow.
It's got to be a skin tight, one of those, mascot
like the
suits.
Right.
Suits.
Okay. I feel you on that.
I'm not particular as long as the fur is feeling good.
Well, I started off with the hair, so.
Yeah, there you go. Ow.
It's all about the fur.
What a fun show.
me.
Went by fast, didn't
Yeah, it did.
it? Moose, thank you so much.
Oh, no problem. I'm glad to be here, and I will be
being
back.
here.
Well, give out your information again. Let's do your websites.
Yeah,
or link.
ReverbNation.com/mharris would be the main place to go for music merch and videos and things. On Facebook.com, Anthony B. Daniels is the personal page. Moose Harris is the artist page. I have 2 pages for my radio shows, Urban Flowsaurus and The Grapevine. And Twitter, @Moose_Harris and @Urban Grooves. So you hit me up there.
Do you have any upcoming shows as well?
Matter of fact, I'm scheduled to be in Dallas on December the 1st over at, I think, the Green Elephant. I think that's a Sunday, but it's a new weekly series called Sunday School that I'm participating in on December the 1st. And I'm kind of up in the air about a couple other things, so I'm gonna just say that's basically all I have as of right now as far as shows.
But you always post it on your page.
Oh,
so
yeah,
on
I
Facebook.
have it. Yeah, it's always posted on there. All of them.
Do you post it on? Oh, you post it on Twitter as well. That's right, because I've retweeted you a few times.
I have them all connected, so when it goes to one, it'll go to all of them.
Okay, good.
Thanks
good,
for the
good.
CDs.
Oh, no problem, no problem.
love
Musical
these.
Centurion 2.
I'm gonna go put it in my car. on the way home.
We'll use them on the. I'll actually leave mine here so we can use it on the
use it
show.
on the
more
show.
often.
You
We'll
can
play
go to the Reverb Nation page and get the track listings and everything, because I went simple with the CDs. But
Do we remember who we have next week? Anybody? Anybody?
Is that the first Sunday? We have Peg with Napa.
I don't think we're quite yet. No, we still have. Oh yeah, maybe it is.
Yeah,
maybe
because
it
the
is.
28th
It's
is
December
Thursday.
1st.
Right.
So December 1st is with Napa and the whole bullying campaign that they're doing.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yay. Good.
Yes.
All right, it was a good show.
It was a great show. So much fun.
All right, this is Alexia.
Sweet cheeks.
And Sierra wishing you all a good night. And remember,
Fuck often.
Close.